With the elections coming up, we face an important decision, choosing leaders who will shape our future. Leadership isn't just about promises. It requires action, vision, and true commitment. But how can we genuinely get to know the people who seek to lead us? Buenas Zamboanga, I'm May Maraviles, and this is the Local Candidates Interview, your front row seat to knowing the leaders who aim to shape our city's future. This special series is brought to you by Ateneo de Zamboanga University in partnership with the Commission on Elections and the United Front for Honest, Orderly, and Peaceful Elections. We're here to keep you informed so you can make the best choice of this coming election. Joining us today is Orlando San Luis Negrete, who is running for Mayor of Zamboanga City. Sir Orlando, welcome.
Thank you.
How are you, sir?
I'm pretty good, thank you.
Thank you. So, sir, before running for mayor, what was your previous political experience?
Political experience, this is my first time to be running for the first time. I'm not a politician.
All right.
But there are problems in Zamboanga, and we don't have a good leaders to lead
All right.
the
So
city
why
of Zamboanga.
aim for mayor right away, sir?
I'm running because I want to clean the city. And the mayor has the authority, with the help of the city council, to pass legislation and approve the city budget. And so I decided that I have the capacity and the intellect as a leader to lead Zamboanga to progress.
Speaking of leader, how do you define leadership, sir?
Leaders is not made, it is born. It's in the blood. And I think and I believe I have that capacity based on my experience in the past, working as an industrial engineer for some companies where I have gained the experience. And based on that, it's in my blood to lead as a leader.
What do you believe is the most important role of a city mayor?
What is the important soul of a city mayor?
Role. What is the most important role of a city mayor?
A city mayor has the primary responsibility to supervise the city programs, project, and services. And such services has to be delivered and make available to its constituent.
All right. In your first 100 days in office, what programs or actions would you prioritize and why?
My first time in the city, if elected, I will call up a meeting of all department heads. I will make the department heads aware of the Republic Act 3019, whereby no public official can accept money under the table from the public. And I will ask them to sign that paper. And I myself, as a mayor, I will sit down and sign that. If ever I'll find them, doing some illegal act, such as graft and corruption, I will fire them.
All right.
I will have to make it legitimate, whereby, in case there is litigation, I have something to prove that they are aware of the Republic Act 3019.
If elected as mayor, sir.
That is correct.
If elected as mayor,
Yes.
how do you envision Zamboanga City in the next 3 years?
In the next 2 years, I have my plan, my platform. Yes. After cleaning up the city hall, I will start cleaning up the city. My first thing is the sidewalk. I would like the city sidewalk to expand 5 feet wide, because right now we have 2 feet. That's not enough. And there are times when you walk, there are no sidewalk, people are forced to walk in the street, and that is not very good. because, accident can happen. So we need to have a city sidewalk. And my plan is to develop and improve the sidewalk from a radius of 9 to 10 kilometers away from the city hall. And that will take, I would say, that might take more than 10 years, 3 years, the tenure of the mayor. In other words, what I'm trying to say is, after my tenure, that sidewalk, they will still have to continue building it.
All right. Now let's get into the heart of this discussion, your plans and solutions for some of the biggest challenges facing Zamboanga City today. The topics we're covering aren't random. They come from insights gathered during a multi-sectoral, multi-stakeholder focus group discussion led by Ateneo in partnership with various community sectors. These issues reflect the real concerns of Zamboangueños. So we're looking forward to hearing concrete and actionable solutions from you. To keep things fair and interactive, we've got a fishbowl here with 10 key issues. One by one, you'll draw a topic, which I will read, and for each, we'd love to hear your plans and strategies. You'll have a total of 20 minutes, sir, to go through all 10 issues. So that's practically 2 minutes per issue. It's up to you how you manage your time, as long as each topic gets covered. So ready,
Understood,
sir?
yes.
Sir, please pick your first issue.
Thank you.
That's okay. All right. The first issue is corruption. The Philippines ranked 114th out of 180 countries in Transparency International's 2024 Corruption Perception Index, highlighting issues like bribery and nepotism. The ranking also reflects the effectiveness of anti-corruption measures, including enforcement, prosecution, and whistleblower protection. If elected as mayor, sir, what strategies would you implement or legislate to combat corruption and ensure transparency and accountability in the city government?
Yes, very good question. As a matter of fact, I think I did mention that on my first answer of your question. My first day in City Hall, I will call the attention of all department heads. And I will try to make them aware, like I said, Republic Act 3019, that I will not accept any corrupt thing, to happen under my administration. I will not tolerate official accepting any bribery, or nepotism, as far as the department in getting their employees, I will try to make sure that I will be very strict when it comes to nepotism, the effectiveness of the anti-corruption measure. I will make sure that I will emphasize and I will put that in action.
All right. So that means, sir, you're anti-political dynasties.
Correct.
All right.
As a matter of fact, you're absolutely right. You just put that words into my mouth, which I already have established since January of last year, when we put up the what do you call this, the tarpaulin, where we are uniting the Christian. I mentioned about
political dynasties.
Correct.
All right. Let's go to the next question, sir.
Thank you.
All right. The next issue is on solid waste management.
Yes.
The Philippines struggles with excessive plastic use and poor waste management, producing millions of tons of plastic waste every year. About 20% of it ends up in the ocean, making the country a major contributor to global marine pollution. In Zamboanga City alone, waste generation is expected to reach 280,000 tons by the end of the year. If elected as mayor, sir, what specific strategies would you implement to improve solid waste management in the city?
I'm focusing my mind when it comes to waste management in the city of Zamboanga. I already thought about that when I decided to run for mayor because one of the problems we have here is the garbage around the city. I will make a proposal to the city council to make an ordinance that no one can put their garbage outside the house, not on the day, only on the day when the garbage truck will drop by and pick up the garbage. Because right now what's happening is every day they will just throw out their garbage out of the house. So we have to have some kind of discipline in the city. For example, if this place here outside of Ateneo, you can see all the residents there or the store there. I will have some kind of a schedule as to when the garbage truck will drop by, maybe on a Monday or maybe Tuesday, for them to put out the garbage, but not every day. You know, they can only put that garbage outside when the scheduled truck will drop by and pick up the garbage, because right now we don't have those schedule.
Okay, thank you, sir. Let's see. Proceed to the next issue.
Thank you.
The next issue is on teenage pregnancy and child abuse. Zamboanga City faces a severe crisis of sexual violence against minors, with nearly 100 cases in just 8 months of 2024. 85% of which involved incest, according to police reports. This issue is linked to rising adolescent pregnancies, often due to abuse and limited access to education and health care. Sir, what immediate steps should be taken to end this and protect young women's futures?
In my opinion, it's based on my opinion and my strategy on that question. First thing first, I have to work closely and have working relation with the Philippine National Police Agency in order to serve and protect the public. I believe, based on what your question right now regarding incest, I believe there should be some kind of education before a couple gets married. As an example, my plan is I will not issue a marriage certificate if both couple doesn't have a job, because they are not prepared for a family. And I will make that as an ordinance, or I'll take it back. I'll make that a priority under my administration, that anybody who comes over and asks for a marriage certificate to get married, there will be some kind of education to educate the couple, you know, the way of motherhood and fatherhood, the kind of responsibility they have, you know, towards their kids. And if they're not ready for that, I will not issue a marriage certificate under my administration.
All right. Thank you, sir. Let's proceed.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next issue is on education. The Philippines ranked 77th out of 132 countries in the 2022 Global Knowledge Index, scoring only 44.1 out of 100, which is below the world average. This reflects moderate performance in education, innovation, and research and development. If elected, what initiatives would you implement or legislate to strengthen formal education and vocational training in our city? And how would you secure funding, resources, and partnerships to achieve these goals?
I believe, based on that, I believe I have to coordinate as a mayor, if elected, I have to coordinate with the national government, the Bureau of Education. I'm not an expert when it comes to this. And when I have to seek an advice from the Bureau of Education on how to upgrade and improve the education of the people here in Zamboanga City. So with that, there might be some kind of innovation. I don't have to do research. I don't have to develop, but because that is being provided by the national government. So I have to work closely with the national government, most especially the Bureau of Education, which at the present is under the Vice President Duterte. I think he's the head of the Bureau of Education. Am I correct?
No longer.
No longer.
No longer.
So whoever takes over, that's the person I will coordinate.
All right. It's the Department of Education or
I beg your pardon. I'll take it back. It's the Department of Education.
All right.
Excuse me, it's not the Bureau.
All right.
I take it back.
Thank you, sir. Next
Yes.
issue, please. So the area this time is floodings. Zamboanga City has faced severe weather repeatedly over the past 5 years, leading to floods, landslides, loss of lives, and massive damage, affecting nearly 70,000 people and displacing thousands. Many believe the city's flood control and disaster preparedness are still lacking. If elected as mayor, how would you strengthen disaster preparedness and improve the city's response to these recurring calamities?
Yes. First thing first, I will ask the city engineering to do some feasibility study on how to improve the sidewalk, at the same time the drainage. The drainage is very important in the city, especially now, because at the moment, every time we have a typhoon, the city is flooded. So that is part of my platform that I will ask the city engineering to do that feasibility study to improve the sidewalk, at the same time the drainage. From about 10-kilometer radius from City Hall, east and west, north and south. And by that, maybe I can or we can improve the flooding situation here in the city.
All right. Thank you for that, sir. We're halfway through. Can you pick the next issue? The next issue is on food security. Food security. A 2024 World Food Program report highlights 7 key livelihood zones in the Zamboanga Peninsula, including aquaculture, rice farming, and crop production. However, rising temperatures due to climate change threaten these industries and future food supply. What measures, sir, should Zamboanga City prioritize to protect food security from the impacts of climate change?
I will ask the advice of the Department of Agriculture because this is their expertise. Again, I'm not an expert on this. It has something to do with the national government. You're talking about the agriculture, rice farming, and crop production, which actually Zamboanga is part of that because Zamboanga is really mostly agricultural farming we have here. I have to ask the Department of Agriculture some advice on how to cope up with the rising temperature due to climate change threatened by the industry and the food supply. So that's the first thing I will do when it comes to the farming and crop production. I'm not an expert on this, and I will admit I'm not an expert. But as a city mayor, I have to give priority on this problem.
All right. Thank you, sir. Next question, please. The issue is on ayuda and social welfare services. Very timely. Many eligible families, especially indigenous peoples or IPs, remain excluded from the 4Ps program despite being profiled. Likewise, many senior citizens miss out on government assistance due to limited slots, leaving vulnerable residents in Zamboanga City without much needed support. If elected as mayor, sir, how would you ensure these programs are fairly distributed to all eligible beneficiaries? And what specific steps would you take to prevent misuse or misappropriation of these resources?
At the present time, we have the social welfare. And I believe at the same time we have something we have something in force at the moment at City Hall when it comes to something like that. So as city mayor, I will try to look at the situation, how the city at the moment is coping with those problems. And if there is something that needs to be changed and improved, I will definitely do it.
Thank you, sir. Next, please. The issue is on peace and order, especially shooting incidents. Zamboanga City has seen a rise in shootings, prompting the deployment of the AFP to assist the police in maintaining order. This comes amid an election gun ban that continues to be violated. What do you think, sir, is the best solution to this problem, and how can we strengthen peace and order in the city?
One way of doing that, since you're talking about election gun ban, we're talking about candidates who are running for position. Do we need to educate the candidates, or does the candidate already have that knowledge that we cannot use or bring our handgun since we already have ban? It's a law that was passed during election. The question is, do we have to educate the candidates? I believe this is the responsibility of the Philippine National Police. They should put some efforts and make some efforts to educate and make the candidates knows that any gun ban that is being violated, they will be prosecuted.
What about civilians, sir, violating the gun ban?
That gun ban, we cannot control civilians because most of the guns out there are not registered. You know, some people never registered their handguns, so the police or the authority doesn't know who people have those guns. So I believe that the police should put every effort. If I will be elected, I will work side by side with the city director of the police here in Zamboanga to make sure that we can improve and for the public to assist the police in maintaining a peace order in the city.
All right. Thank you, sir. Next, please. The second to the last issue is on traffic. A 2023 study found worsening traffic in Zamboanga City with commuters, including myself, facing 30-minute delays per trip and losing 2 hours daily. Many are frustrated with the limited, unreliable, and uncomfortable public transport system. How should we solve the city's traffic problem, and what is your strategy for improving transportation?
Okay. The problem we have in Zamboanga is a problem that was carried over to the present. It started during the martial law, and the tradition and the culture we have during the martial law was brought to the present. There was no improvement made in the last 50 years, especially in road construction. If elected as mayor of Zamboanga, I will try and find ways how to improve, even to the extent of putting or building a road, another road in the middle of the city. And for that roads will help improve the city traffic. At the same time, we have those new roads that will be built for the truck, the garbage truck to pass and pick up the garbage, including the fire truck in case of fire. And that will be my priority as City Mayor of Zamboanga.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. We're down to our last question, which is on power or electricity. Crown Investment Holdings took over some Selcos management in 2019, but problems like power outages, inefficiency, and system losses are still happening. On top of that, reports say that debt has grown to 4 billion pesos, raising concerns about who will end up paying for it. If you're elected as mayor, how will you tackle the city's electricity issues, and would you support the cooperative entering a new joint venture?
I don't know what the contract between Samselco and the said city is, so I have no knowledge. Not unless I will be the city mayor, and then I can look at the contracts that was made in 2000 when Samselco took over the management of
Crown
the
Holdings
Crown. Yes.
took over the management of Samselco.
Right, and I'm aware of the blackout we have here. Somebody has to correct something somewhere. To be honest with you, I'm not aware of what the contract is. And as a result, I really cannot give you a good answer, how I will correct the city electricity issue here in Zamboanga. If elected as city mayor, I have to consult our legal department in City Hall. At the same time, I will sit down with the Crown Investment Holding, which is the owner of the Samselco management at the present time, and to see what correction has to be done. Especially when you mention about that debt has grown to 4 billion. That's a lot of money.
Exactly. All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. So we're now at the final part of our conversation. This is your chance to speak directly to the people of Zamboanga. Sir Orlando, why should you be the next mayor of Zamboanga City?
Buenos días, patriótico cristiano zamboangueño. Yo, si Orlando San Luis Negrete, chairman del Mindanao Militia aquí en Zamboanga. No hay ambición ni interés para quedar mayor de Zamboanga, pero está correo para mayor. Y por eso yo corre para mayor, que no hay kita buen líder aquí na Zamboanga. Todo cosa que está uy, puro graft and corruption. Todo el mga politikero que tamira el interés del bolsa dila, hindi sila tamira el interés del pueblo. Takiyo ara, takoreo, quiero limpiar con el pueblo, quiero limpiar con el City Hall. Un verdadero sangre zamboangueño, 100%. Necesita kita limpiar con el Zamboanga, kaya el Zamboanga tahidia. Tiene capacidad para limpiar, kaya estudiado yo. Hindi yo dejado. El cosa yo habla con ustedes, está sale en la boca de mí, hindi está sale en la nariz. Ese es el de mío, hablada con ustedes. Si vota ustedes conmigo, gente, ustedes están a favor conmigo, yo estoy a favor con ustedes para limpiar con el pueblo. ¿Tiene papá?
Yes.
¿Tiene papá? No hemos ya.
Okay lang.
Oh, 30%. Okay. So, muchas gracias, Zamboangueño, patriótico, cristiano de Zamboanga. Aquí ahora preparo yo para correr para mayor. Te rogo yo con la ayuda del Dios, si quiere, yo quedo el mayor de ustedes. Ahí limpié con el pueblo. Muchas gracias, buenas tardes, hasta mañana.
Thank you so much, Sir Mr. Negrete, for sharing your vision and plans with us. Best of luck to you, sir.
Yeah, well,
Or God bless.
Thank you. I was talking kind of, but anyway, I hope it turns out good.
Thank you so much. Best
Thank
of
you.
luck, sir.
Okay.
For a while, sir.
Sí.
To our viewers, this conversation is part of our commitment to keeping you informed before you cast your vote on May 12. You have the power to shape the future of our city, so choose wisely and vote responsibly. This has been the Ateneo de Zamboanga University Local Candidate Series. Muchas gracias, stay informed, stay engaged, and we'll see you at the Pulse on May 12.